So Tony, I mean, you seem to be suggesting that I'm having the wool pulled over my eyes as a citizen, and I really don't like that. Are you saying that crime isn't down? How do I know whether I'm being scammed by the statistics I'm being sent? How do I know when I'm being told the truth?
Right. Okay. Very simply, very recently, a whistleblower, courageous whistleblower called James Patrick, appeared before the Public Accounts Select Committee, in which politicians admitted that their pressurising of senior officers had led to spin, connivance, frankly lies and bullying. So it's public record now, so it's not just what I'm saying, this is what MPs on that select committee have said, so it's a fact.
What? It's a fact that I've been lied to?
Absolutely.
In what way?
Well, is that politicians like to get elected on the basis of so-called improvements, or they've dealt with an issue. Okay. Now, in the context of cutting money, the obvious corollary of that is if you cut money, normally service goes down. Normally. Okay. What they're able to say at the moment, because of the spin, the bullying, as I say, which the Public Accounts Select Committee recognised, Superintendents Association, Irene Curtis admitted, is that by saying and pretending that crime is down, and then constantly saying this proves that our reforms are working, they're in a self-serving circle. So Sky News will report that. They'll see Theresa May standing up in House of Commons. You'll watch that on Sky News or read it in the Daily Mail, and you'll think it's right. So that's what's happening.
So really, there's like two sort of big issues that you're putting to me as a concerned citizen. Well, one is that I'm being lied to, and that I ought to, be more worried because crime isn't down. It's just being made to look that way. But the other big point that you made was that you said, police officers are being treated badly. They've got long hours, they don't have rights and all the rest. And of course, as another human being, I'm worried about that. But what's that going to mean to me in terms of, being very selfish?
Right. Well,
what does it mean in terms of the service that I'm getting, other than the fact that I won't have a police station to walk in on?
Right. What it means, and I say, just going back to the police station side and the lie and the spin by using capital assets to fund current account, which is economic madness, is what it means is that officers are not connected to their public. Okay, so talking from my own experience, when I worked in Hemel Hempstead, that's where I was based, so I patrolled those areas. What increasingly happens now is they contract the number of stations, sell the premises off, so public access, for example, is massively constrained unless you want to go into a front office at a council. What it also means is officers literally will drive to a job, wherever that may be, whichever borough, and then they go to the next job. So there's no connection. You amplify that with the neighbourhood teams, where police officers who used to go into schools, I did it myself, are now being replaced by PCSOs, specials.
Sorry, what's a PCSO?
That's a good question, but the polite answer is they're a police and community support officer. They were brought in to deal with so-called low-level activity, which is probably one of the worst things that ever happened. The equivalent on motorways are the Highways Agency. So the PCSO. I talked about the cuts previously to wages. A police officer, police constable's salary now starts at 18,000.
Right.
Okay, reduced. That was reduced by several thousands. A PCSO goes to £24,000. They can't work past 10 o'clock at night.
They get paid.
No. That's why they're given yellow jackets and everything else to disguise who they are. Okay, so they're paid 24,000. They can't arrest. There's a million things they can't do. If they need someone to be arrested, the response is they say to that person, wait there for 30 minutes while a police officer turns up. They can't do the crime files. They can't deal with the custody procedure. But that is good value for money.
So you're saying they're being camouflaged because I thought they were police officers.
No.
I see someone in a yellow jacket. I think they're a police officer.
No.
So they're not so do they not get the training that police
well, they get various training, but they don't have the protective equipment because they haven't got power of arrest. Okay. Now, could I just say the significant aspect of this, Susie, is when I talked about policing for the public and right the way back. This is why it's really significant, because increasingly police officers are not dealing with non-confrontational activity. It's being left to volunteers, specials and PCSOs to engage with the public on what's called low-level activity.